Hey everybody, my name is Laura Anderson and this is my assignment number 5, reflection. So overall, my reflection of this unit of learning that I did was that it went pretty well. I was really excited about how engaged my students were in actually finding a triangle in the real world, using measuring tools to measure the legs, and then finding the length of the hypotenuse using the Pythagorean theorem, and checking their results by using their measuring tools as well. So overall, it went pretty well. Kids liked it. They liked working on this activity rather than just sitting in the classroom. And I thought for my first ever math assignment project, it went really well. Some changes I would make just in general would be to have them work with partners or in a small group in the future, so that would consolidate on the time that we have to listen to their presentations, but also it would allow them more time to work on things in class because they would have a partner to work with and be able to split up some of that work. How did the tasks yield appropriate evidence of the identified understandings? So my goal of the unit was that they would understand what the Pythagorean theorem is and be able to state why it works in all cases as well as in the real world. And overall, I think this task yielded really good evidence of that. My students created really excellent projects and presentations showing that once they found a right triangle in the real world, they were able to use what they knew from math class to identify those missing side lengths. The biggest challenge for most of them was actually finding a true right triangle in the world rather than finding a rectangle and having to split it in half. How the tasks involved a complex real-world application for the identified knowledge, skill, and understanding. Essentially, this entire project is real-world. It's allowing them to go and look at things in the world that are made and identify the missing side lengths. While they're measuring, they're also using the theorem to show that it is true and it works for all triangles no matter what. The third question asks about a variety of appropriate assessment formats. Throughout a unit of learning, I would be using multiple formative assessments and check-ins. I think I could do a better job of using exit tickets or something concrete. I do a lot of how are we feeling 1 through 5. Can we restate the objectives? Do we feel confident in our learning objective for the day type of things? But actually having a physical exit ticket or warm-up ticket would be probably really beneficial in my classroom, because then I could look at those and kids can't really lie on those, whereas they could say, yeah, I'm at a 5 and really have no clue what's going on. So maybe that's somewhere I would improve on. But I do think that the rubric I created for the assignment was appropriate for that assessment and did show how they're understanding. And then how are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect upon their learning performance? At the end of my unit, I asked them to reflect on the project itself. This kind of gave me more insight on how they felt about the learning experience, more so than their own learning, I guess. I think in the future, I would like to have them maybe fill out the rubric for themselves and then compare it to the rubric that I fill out for their presentation. I think that would be good for them to see where they think they're at in comparison to where I think that they're at. I also, throughout our units, our district has created self-assessments. I didn't mention that in the unit of study because I forget that not everyone has that, but every unit, they take a pre-self-assessment, then halfway through the unit they self-assess again, and then after their final, they say their self-assessment on whether or not they are capable of doing the tasks required. So overall, like I said, thought it went really well. Excited to continue trying this assignment throughout the next few years. Thanks.